Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. If you've been keeping up with the latest court case, today's brought more updates from day 3 of the preliminary hearing in this high-profile case. We're focusing on the recent testimony, public reactions, and what's been discussed online in the last 12 hours or so. This is all based on reported courtroom details, and remember, these are ongoing proceedings with allegations that haven't been fully decided. Let's walk it through step by step, like we're catching up together. What really stood out today were some new details prosecutors shared about purchases and evidence handling, plus continued talks about finances and timelines. It has a lot of people online buzzing with questions and theories. If you're new here, we're covering the public information coming straight from the hearing room. Stick with me, there's a lot to unpack. Starting with the atmosphere of the courtroom this morning, reporters described the defendant appearing calm and somewhat detached as proceedings continued. He was in standard court attire for the setting, with minimal note-taking observed on his legal pad. He'd occasionally lean over to speak with his legal team, especially during parts discussing financial matters. Observers noticed he mostly stayed still, responding briefly when addressed by the judge. The family of the victim was present again, and it was clear the process is emotionally difficult for them. Reporters mentioned seeing them supporting each other during longer sessions. Prosecutors continued presenting information through witnesses, including law enforcement criminalists who worked on the vehicle and property scene. They discussed evidence like multi-air fresheners found inside. found inside the vehicle. Over 11 in total, placed in various spots, including the front trunk area. Some online commenters are connecting this to an earlier video where the defendant talked about cleaning his car, sparking discussions about attention to details. Testimony also covered observations from the garage area at the residence. Details included markings on floor mats and potentially traces on the surface below, with questions raised about how those connected to the overall investigation. The defense team pushed back strongly on evidence collection methods, asking about processing steps and chains of custody to highlight any possible issues. Shifting on the financial side, which came up again today, this part seems central to the timeline prosecutors are building. Witnesses from the business side, including someone from the record label management, went over earnings from the early career years. Numbers in the millions were referenced, along with how accounts and trust was structured. The defense worked to show that day-to-day financial decisions were often handled by others, like family members, and brought up charity aspects that were limited to hearing rules. A name that came up more was a live-in security guard referred to as Sheldon, who stayed at the property for around 6 months. Questions focused on what he might have observed around the home, including any mentions of travel, gathering, or legal routines. One witness said he didn't discuss certain inside details with them. Travel records also got mentioned. Prosecutors mentioned a trip to London with tickets reportedly purchased through a personal account rather than main business ones. This ties into broader questions about relationships and schedules during that period. Earlier body camera footage from a welfare check were referenced to. The police described visiting the residence, speaking with the defendant, and being shown photos. The defendant reportedly said he had met this person online, believing she was older and hadn't seen her recently. That account is being compared with other evidence in the hearing. Additional witnesses included officers involved in later searches One of the highway patrol side spoke about an ID or passport found in another county months afterwards. These pieces helped build the sequence of events prosecutors are presenting for the judge to consider probable cause. Online, reactions are everywhere. Some ex-posts noted how certain older music videos or social content are being viewed differently now, with comments about lyrics or visuals. TikTok seems to be recommending related clips from the past, which some users say lack proper age or context fillers. True crime discussion groups are active, but several posts remind everyone this involves real people and a serious situation, urging respectful comments. One of the fresher points shared today that got quick attention online: allegations around purchases made using different names. Prosecutors mentioned items like equipment and supplies brought via Amazon under aliases. People are speculating how that fits into preparations or cover-up claims, and it's leading to a lot of theory threads. The defense continues challenging witness consistency. One finance-related witness faced questions about differences between earlier grand jury statements and current testimonies, especially on property or bail topics. Prosecutors pointed to transcripts while the defense received more straightforward responses on their turn. The back and forth has courtroom watchers wondering about motivations or external factors. Earning breakdowns included specific years with substantial figures, plus details on how funds moved through labeled entities and protected trusts for younger performers. The motive angle prosecutors emphasize involves protecting career progress and financial stability from any disruptions. Judge comments were noted a few times, keeping questioning focused within preliminary hearing limits and addressing repeated objections. No recording devices were allowed, so detailed reporters' notes from inside the courtroom, like from NBCLA's coverage, are key for the public following along. Family civil attorney has spoken briefly outside, highlighting the human side and how challenging the public proceedings are for them as private individuals suddenly in the spotlight. Other elements included discussions of a security hold on certain files and an ongoing review of potential leaks from official offices, which could affect handling down the line. The preliminary hearing format is giving a preview of what a full trial might look like, with multiple days planned to review evidence. Public buzz in the last day includes people sharing courtroom sketches showing the setup. Some expressed surprise at the defendant's composed presence throughout. Others focus on the financial scale, millions in earnings early on, and how this might relate to decisions or pressures at the time. Connecting dots from public info, matching details like tattoos have been referenced in evidence photos shown to the court. Travel as an unaccompanied minor on one trip also noted. These help prosecutors illustrate the closeness of the relationship during the relevant period. Overall, today's session added layers on forensic handling, purchase records, financial oversight, and witness observation. The defense is questioning each other for weaknesses. It is a serious process determining if this case moves forward to trial based on probable cause. Reactions online range from detailed analysis in comment sections to reminders for sensitivity. Algorithm pushing older content have some creators noting increased engagement without much control. Many are waiting to see how the rest of the week develops. So that's the latest from day 3, a mix of new testimony on practical evidence and bigger picture questions about timelines and motives. What part surprised you the most, or what do you want to see covered next? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found this helpful, consider liking and subscribing for more ongoing updates on public court cases like this. And I'll see you on the next one.